And I always told everybody he's the main defendant. He's the one that was responsible for our clients' funds. And now Erika, and I don't believe this guy. I asked his lawyers, you want to stay the case? Because I hear that there's going to be an indictment. And even the judge was like, it looks like there's going to be an indictment. And they were like, no, we're ready to go to trial. He's not going to go to trial now, facing a criminal indictment.
Right.
And I'd much rather have him testify in front of a jury as a convicted felon.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
He resolves the case, or he goes to trial in Chicago. But what I don't understand is how. What I don't understand here is so everyone was like, Erika posted, oh, I won a case. I mean, it was a small victory on a case that you were an extraneous defendant. Obviously, the facts of my case was my client's money was in the trust account, and Lira allowed it to get misappropriated, breaching his duties to my client, who was a third party. Erika, she was thrown in by my co-counsel when they first filed because she received a lot of money, but that we can never prove to the judge's satisfaction that she had knowledge on aiding and abetting a breach of fiduciary duty, which is a much harder claim. The trustee gets the good claim, fraudulent conveyance, where you don't have to prove any intent. So we had a harder claim, but why not bring it? I still think the judge was wrong on a lot of levels, respectfully to him, and that's why we appealed it. So she's not out of the woods, but I always wanted Lira as my main defendant. Now I don't know what I'm going to do in that case.
And financially, so now we know she just got hit with this 2.2 million tax lien, liable for over 4.5 million in overdue taxes. So, I mean, financially, like putting the criminal, like, right, things are not looking good. Like, so what happens now? I mean, she's obviously saying, I can't pay this money. Like, so what happens? The IRS just doesn't go away.
I think it was a franchise. Wasn't it a franchise tax board lien from the state? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lien against her.
Okay.
That I remember. I tweeted about it. I'd have to look. Let me just look. Let's see.
And like you said, in general, I mean, so like this is like her future financially, like, right, we're not talking, because I think a lot of people aren't so sure about this either. We're not talking like 9 months. We're talking like years and years and years. Like this is going to be going on for her for years and multiple years. Is that true?
Yeah, the litigation is going to be for multiple years, and so she's gonna have to deal with this for a long time, and then she'll have to deal with all the fallout of this whole thing, and she's gonna have to deal with one civil case after another. The IRS or the franchise tax board could start garnishing her wages. I mean, that could occur. That could be something that may occur, that she's going to have to deal with, for sure. And so that's a problem for her if she does that. If she does that, she's going to have to deal with the IRS, basically leaning her. I pulled it up. There was a state tax lien of 2,277,344.23. And I posted that for your viewers on December 1st, 2022. It's on our Twitter page.
Right. So, if there's no criminal charges still financially, I mean, right. So, I mean, they could garnish her Real Housewives of Beverly Hills wages.
Yeah, she has to pay that. She doesn't get a pass. It's community property income, community property taxes.
So she is just basically working to pay off all these debts at this point.
I mean, she has a benefactor. I don't know what she's doing. She has a he or a she that was friends with Tom Girardi, making payments, helping her. I no retainer agreement. I can't figure out why. I mean, all sorts of issues. I mean, I don't. They blocked my ability to publish the document, so I let other people talk about it. But it's out there. I mean, I just don't know why someone out of the blue would be so generous. There's got to be a different reason. But I think that, again, Tom is the ultimate responsible party. Chris Kamen is controller, and his son-in-law is the signer in the account. I totally agree with that. I don't think Erika is the most culpable. My problem is, if you got $25 million of value, why is it a big ask to return a couple million of it? I'm not asking her to return all 25, but some of it is tainted, right?
Right. And I agree with you. I did not understand that whole thing of the person who's basically giving her this money and helping her out with life. I mean, I can make my own backstory up. I mean, there's only a few reasons why I think someone just gives money to someone else.
Exactly. Everyone could come with those reasons. Like Ruth Madoff didn't get to keep all the money that was stolen. She got a little bit of it. I mean, this concept always bothered me. Like, let's fight to the death. Okay, fine, but eventually you're going to spend it in legal fees, or you're going to lose something. I mean, so that's sort of the issue.
Right. Like, I mean, I can't imagine her legal fees must be astronomical at this point. I mean, they're not doing it for free, right?
Right. That's correct.
So she's just so I mean, that's the thing. Like, you look at, like, she was just in Paris at Fashion Week with Lisa Rinna. I look at it, I'm like, I don't understand how you're affording your life even with somebody helping out. It's like, I mean, I understand you're getting a paycheck from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but the amount you owe, I would just start paying it off today, and that would be me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, also it would help her PR that she could give some of the money back to the victims. There's a lot of weird things going on with her. Like, she didn't ask the judge for a stay of her earrings being sold, which the judge would have granted. And they took this position, we'll just take the money when we win. And I was like, well, why would she do that? It never made no sense to me. And then when I read the March 2nd, 2007 invoice, then I realized that the earrings on the invoice were not the earrings that were given to the trustee. And that's just going to be something I'm really going to expose, because the jeweler is not going to, he's going to corroborate that the earrings that he gave her were not the earrings that she gave the trustee that are on the invoice. So that's like a huge mystery. Like, those earrings were allegedly burglarized. And so, yeah, I've been tweeting about that, because that's going to be a big story once I get the facts together. I wanted to make sure that we had a legal right to seek that information and to seek damages. So a lot of people get confused about a lot of things, and they sometimes take a funny post and think that's fact, and they try to interpret it. I saw a guest on your show that had everything wrong once. Like, she didn't know what, she honestly couldn't have been more wrong on every single issue. And I was actually on her show once a long time ago, and I'm surprised she wouldn't call me and say, hey, these are what I'm thinking. Like any good reporter, what's your response? So I get it right. I mean, come on, I'm not going to lie.